space bar belong to us.
You're listening to Gamers Digest, a podcast where your hosts put the controllers down just long enough to talk about gaming news, rumors, and anything else they can think of. Here are your hosts, Spider-One and Mr. Factastic.
Jamming out over there.
Jamming out.
We are Gamers Digest, coming to you live from the Kanto region, the only region that really matters in Pokemon.
Pokemon reference.
Yeah.
Right there.
We are a gaming fan podcast. We talk about gaming news, rumors, pretty much anything we want to. We have a whole lot of news this week.
Yeah, PAX was over the weekend.
PAX East was over the weekend.
Yeah, PAX East, yeah.
I was lucky enough to not go, so I didn't have to deal with Boston. And I got to hear all the news firsthand from gaming websites like, everybody else.
Yeah.
But I did watch some of the stuff live. Like I watched the Blizzard panel live. I watched some of the Gearbox panel live. So that was.
I've never done
cool.
that before. I've never done that yet.
The live, like
all the live broadcasts and stuff. For some reason I've never done that over the years.
They have their stuff together. Like it is like you're there. It is probably better than you're there because you don't have to deal with the smells, and you have like the best seat in the house.
No lines for the bathroom.
Right, nothing. So and you can watch it in your underwear, which unless you're cosplaying as something sexy, you can't do that there.
True.
I can't do that there anyway, but it doesn't matter. But before we jump into the news, we talk about what we played this week, what we did. You had a pretty busy week, it looks like.
Yeah. I played XCOM. Obviously, I've been playing that, working on my Let's Play for it. My Let's Plays for XCOM will be coming out. Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. They'll be uploaded. They're all pre-scheduled, so they'll be knocking out for the next, I want to say, 2 months or so. Battlefield 3 in-game, more of that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot more sport games though.
Yeah.
Just like off-season blues. I'm playing like the older Madden, like Madden 12, just because it has like my full team on there.
Yeah.
I like gradually up the difficulty in Madden just to like make it a lot harder. I'll go against teams like the Packers and the Patriots because they're like the hardest teams to beat in the game.
I guess in 2012, yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I've been playing a lot of that NBA 2K as well. I suck at that game.
Well, you don't even watch basketball. Like,
I know. I follow college basketball more than NBA.
Right.
So, I got beat by the Wizards. So, that shows how bad I am at that game.
We should. The only basketball game I ever played was NBA Jam. So.
Yeah, that was when basketball games were really.
He's on fire. Yeah. Oh man.
What did you play?
I did God of War. I sat there, played all of God of War. Did a lot of the multiplayer. That's actually what I'm going to review today. Cool. Crisis 3, I played a little bit of that. Haven't got too far into that, so I don't really want to talk about that too much. It looks pretty. That's what everybody knows, so that's what I'll say.
That's what it's known for.
It does look pretty, even on the Xbox. So, Heart of the Swarm, I played a whole lot of Heart of the Swarm. I was actually debating whether or not...
Oh, that's what that stands for.
Yeah, HOTS.
Yeah.
Yeah, another one of my famous acronyms.
Yeah.
But I did play a lot of that. I was actually debating whether or not review that or not. But there's a lot more to that, like multiplayer and stuff that I haven't really got into. And I don't ever expect to be competitive, but I do want to at least try out like the new multiplayer units and stuff before I review.
Do you have other friends that have Heart of Swarm you can play with and stuff?
Yeah. I have. There's like 3 or 4 people I can play with. Obviously, one guy at work and I were actually playing it before the show.
Oh, cool.
We were doing some co-op, and I got to play with some of the new units there. Still trying to figure it all out.
Now, Heart of the Swarm, is that the third StarCraft 2?
No, it's the second.
Second, okay.
Yeah. Basically, it's StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty was like the Terran.
Okay.
Then Heart of the Swarm is the third. And the last one is called Shadows of the Void, which is going to be the Protoss.
Okay. When's that due out? Like next year sometime? Or?
They haven't said it. There was, I believe, 2 years in between Wings of Liberty and Heart of the Swarm. So, safe to say about the same.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. I mean, campaign was good. But
okay.
I'll save it for the review. And then I played some Borderlands, too. Just, going through new classes, stuff like that. which we have some Borderlands 2 news among pretty much every other gaming franchise ever. Big releases tomorrow, like Bioshock.
Yeah,
stuff like
Bioshock
that.
Infinite.
I'm looking forward to that.
You're getting that for the PC, I believe.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think. Yeah, everything I've read about it, PC is far superior. So, and I'm slowly leaning to be more of a PC gamer. With the kid coming, PC gaming long term is actually a lot cheaper than console gaming. So
yeah, the games are
I'm thinking
ahead.
Yeah, even though there won't be a whole lot of gaming, in the immediate future.
Until the kid becomes a gamer.
Right, exactly.
There you go.
Bring it over the dark side. All right, so let's talk about news. Halo 4. Not a whole lot of stuff came out about a bunch of new Halo stuff, but they did announce that Halo 4 is getting a free Forge map.
Yep.
It's called the Island map, and it's coming out April 11th, along with the content update, which is actually going to include the ranking system finally. So like the old school Halos, you had like the rank up to 50, where it would put you in like a group with people.
like you're able to scale, it's like scaling people together that belong together.
Right, and right now they don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad that's coming.
I wish Battlefield had something like that.
Yeah, when I talk about God of War, we'll talk about that, because God of War has that problem too. BioWare Edmonton is working on a whole new fictional universe.
Oh man, you're like, oh. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not jumping around yet. I will. I did jump around in Halo. Okay, I'm sorry. But the BioWare Edmonton, they're working on a whole new universe. I mean, that's big news, because
Yeah.
they have BioWare. They have Star Wars. They have Mass Effect, and they have Dragon Age.
Keep going.
So, like, what do you think could be like this other universe? They have sci-fi.
Now,
they have medieval.
Do you think it could be the first-person shooter that we,
it could
heard
be,
about?
but I don't think it's Destiny, because I think if it was Destiny, they would have said Destiny.
That's Bungie.
Oh, Bungie.
Yeah, Bungie's doing Destiny. But like, I remember like before I know. Before Mass Effect 3 came out, it was kind of hinted that BioWare might have been working on a first-person shooter. So I was thinking when I saw this BioWare Edmonton story that maybe they were doing a first-person shooter.
Right.
That they're still doing Mass Effect.
Right.
Like, they're still doing a Mass Effect title. That's BioWare Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking like, okay, maybe if this new Mass Effect title that they're gonna do might be a first-person shooter, but like I still think that that's still very doable.
What kind of universe do you think it would be? Do you think it would be like modern day?
Like
they have sci-fi, they have medieval.
That's a tough one. They're so well. Mass Effect is so well known for being the sci-fi stuff. So I think they might try to do something outside of that realm, because they know they've got it covered with Mass Effect. So
yeah,
and especially now that the Mass Effect trilogy is done, they can, they can just branch out.
Okay.
Like I feel like whatever they do with the next Mass Effect title, they can do whatever they want.
Pretty much.
So I feel like with Mass Effect, they'll end up, playing with a whole new playground to play in with that. But this new thing, I'm thinking it might be something different.
Yeah, I really don't know. Like when I read this story, I was sitting there thinking, and there was nothing that came to mind like that would pop out, unless they did something on the side, like a different type of sci-fi universe or a different kind of, who knows. Obviously, I'm still kind of sick, so bear with me.
Civilization 5. I've never really played these games. Like the Civ
this is
games,
like Civ is like huge up your alley, because that's like the E4X game.
Yeah, I only like the primarily space ones, like where you're playing as like trying to conquer like star systems and stuff. But Civ, my brother was more into Civ, and like Sid Meier, all those Sid Meier games.
Right.
But A Brave New World is going to launch in July, and it's going to include XCOM units for their
this is pretty cool.
In-tier units for.
I actually got a picture up here, and they are like actual XCOM tactical units. Like you got groups of 5 guys, and like they were going through it over at PAX, and like these guys are so powerful. Like the standard gun units have like 4 tile range.
Mm-hmm.
These guys have like 40 tile range, so they can be like anywhere you want on the map at any point.
Yeah, that's. I mean, like they had a comment in the article, like if you are the like final defender of Earth, you should be like pretty powerful.
Right. Yeah. So that is pretty cool that they're kind of bringing the two together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have Civ 5. Civ. I did have Civ 4, and you could drain a lot of time in Civ. So.
Yeah. Like I guess I didn't like the fact that you're playing as real life conquerors and stuff.
Oh, you don't want to be George Washington?
Nah, I guess that's the main aspect that turned me off of this game. I didn't want to play as Gandhi or Napoleon or anything like that. I wanted to be my own fictional conqueror. I think you can do a custom one.
Yeah, you can.
But I didn't want to like cross paths. I just didn't like the idea of like Gandhi crossing paths with George Washington, and it just seemed a little.
Oh, but it's cool how like their methods interact and like contradict each other. Like Gandhi going up against Napoleon and stuff like that.
Hitler. Hitler's in it?
I don't know. Probably not.
But speaking of XCOM, by the way, of XCOM, we mentioned that it was coming to the Mac and iOS. It now has a date, which will be April 25th.
Yeah, it is for Mac. They still have a iOS
date.
Yeah, but it's a good sign.
Yeah, I mean, Macs don't really get too much love when it comes to games. So
nope.
This is a good game to get.
Borderlands 2, we talked about that a little bit. They revealed their new class. We kind of talked about the teaser trailer and stuff, and I'll show you the full trailer here in a second. But they also announced that there's going to be one more DLC in the Season Pass. The people with the Season Pass get the character for free. If not, he's going to be $4.99. And they're also going to raise the level cap, which that's going to be free for people with the Season Pass as well, or $4.99.
Now, does this have anything to do with that? Now, there was going to be a new character. I think we had a story about it.
Yeah, this is the new character, and I got the trailer right here. So watch that.
How much is this one going to cost?
$5.
I realized that I switched around the story.
So
Terraria.
There you go.
Terraria.
Terraria.
Yeah, we mentioned it, but it didn't have a date before.
Right.
Okay, yeah, okay. Terraria is going to be on the PlayStation Network in March.
Tomorrow.
March 26th. And the Xbox Live the following day. So that's pretty cool,
That is cool.
I just wonder how. I was thinking about this last week. Like, it would be so much better to play just like clicking with the mouse and everything. I just wonder how they're going to do it.
They said that they have a whole new control scheme for it, so we'll see how it does. I'm actually looking forward to it. I'll probably try the demo first, just because I do have it on PC.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's good, we might have to pick that up and play it.
Yeah, like last time we did play. How far did we get? We dug all the way down to hell and like fell into some lava, and then we just stopped.
Yeah. We got pretty far. But there's a whole bunch of new stuff now, so
that's cool.
I'd be interested in that, and it's stuff that's not coming to the PC version. So
speaking of remakes for the consoles, Diablo 3 is going to get the console remake, but it's not going to be a Sony exclusive. So that's pretty.
But they said it's not for Xbox 360, so I think that Blizzard's letting the Xbox announcement slip a little early.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, we talked about Diablo 3 getting PS3 or PS4.
Yeah.
They showed it on PS3 at PAX, and it looked all right. I mean, nothing too impressive.
Yeah, like when I saw this story, I thought about it, and I was like, I would probably play the console one. I know the PC one would be better.
But you don't have access to the PC
I don't have access to the PC one, and I did like the older one, and I do like that top-down dungeon crawler hack and slash type game.
Right.
Like I said, Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance was my ultimate favorite hack and slash game for PS2, and I feel like this would be the next best thing to play.
Yeah,
so.
I'll give it a shot just to see what it looks like and stuff like that. So, EVE Online, they announced that they're getting a new expansion called Odyssey. They didn't put a date. They didn't really talk too much about it, other than it's a new expansion and people should be, excited about it. So, all right.
Don't lose your money.
Here is the big story of the week. Right here.
Oh, I know what this is.
You should know what this is.
Yes.
Peggy 7.
DuckTales! Woo! Okay.
Scared me.
I know. Good. Scared the cat, too.
I felt like I was 5 years old again.
I know. I like how they had the quotes at the beginning of that is perfect because like that I have so many good memories of that game. Like that is the definitive platformer.
Oh yeah.
It was hard. It was challenging, but it was fun. The remastered version is coming out in the summer. As you saw, it looks amazing.
Yeah, it does look good. I like that, the technology has improved to the point where these games that we played in the past can just look so much better. I love this resurgence of those side scrollers and platformers.
Yeah. That they announced that the full voice cast is coming back.
Wow.
Everybody. Like
wow.
Scrooge, McDuck, and
Launchpad,
the little ducks. Everybody is coming back.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Yep, and Webby.
Nice.
Webby's the girl.
Is Gizmo Duck in that one?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Gizmo Duck. That's Launchpad, I think.
Oh, wait.
Because they put the suit or something.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, that's exciting, and they announced one addition to it. And, usually when they start adding stuff to these games, you get a little worried, because that's what happened with, like, the Ninja Turtles game, when they remade that. But this one, at the end of the game, well, they didn't say at the end, but they said in the game, there's actually going to be a money pit you can swim in.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So, I'm excited for it. When we found out about it, I tweeted it and posted it on Facebook, like, I'm already buying points for this. I did not, however, buy points for this. yet.
Not yet.
Because I know if I buy them, I'll just spend the points and then I have to buy them again. So I'll just stop there. It looks,
Yeah, it looks solid.
yeah.
And you said there's another gameplay video out there.
There's a full gameplay video of like the first level. It's off screen, but it's a pretty good off screen.
Okay.
Like it's hard to tell that it's off screen.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely go check that out if you want to look at it. But I'll definitely get my hands on that game as soon as I can. Pull your strings. Pull your strings.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and I hope this does well enough to the point where, we might see more like remastered games.
Yeah, and I mean, we're gonna talk about it
Mhm.
a little later. Other games we like to see.
Now that DuckTales game is coming from Capcom, isn't it?
Yeah, Capcom is, I think, producing it, and
Okay.
WayForward developed it. So,
We have some other Capcom news.
yeah. Go ahead.
They're having some ongoing discussions about a new Mega Man game.
Yeah, nothing solid yet, but we may get Mega Man 11 or X9 or...
Legends 3.
I doubt that. I doubt we'll get Legends 3. They already had that in development and canceled it, so I don't think they'll bring that back. Yeah, I don't want to talk about Mega Man. DayZ, we haven't talked about DayZ in, I guess, 2 weeks. The standalone alpha, they said, is probably going to be sometime in June. So you got to kind of wait a little bit for that.
Mhm.
He kind of said it's going to be a little while, but he wants it to be good. So Rocket knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Let's see. What's another? Heavy Rain.
Yeah.
Heavy Rain developers, like, they're my absolute. Quantic Dream is probably one of my absolute favorite game developers. They
Right.
just have such solid games, and they said that they would remain Sony exclusive as a third party. They're not a first. You would think that they were a first party developer for Sony because all their games
Are
are
Sony.
strictly Sony games.
Right.
But yeah, they said that they would stay with Sony, and they'll just keep making good games. And I like that they admitted that they could make more money if they released their games on multiple platforms, but I think that would hurt the quality of the games, like, immensely. I think if they did that.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I think console exclusives, and we could talk about this at some point, but I think they have a level of expectance, even if they're not first party, that they have to meet. And,
Yeah.
it actually improves the games.
Mhm.
So.
They just have a level of polish that is just really good.
Well, there are some unpolished multi-platform games, like The Walking Dead, that had a lot of bugs, but was quite an amazing game.
Yeah, that's true.
And now it's going to come to a whole new platform of the Vita, so you can play it
Yeah.
on the go, a little closer to the PlayStation version. They didn't announce any cross-play stuff or anything like that, but
Mhm.
it's one more platform for people to play Walking Dead on.
Mhm.
So-
Yeah, Walking Dead was really good.
It was buggy, but it's an amazing game.
Yeah.
I mean, it was our pick for Game of the Year last year,
Mhm.
so has to be good. Trophies, more Sony news. Trophies are probably coming to PS1 and PS2 classics because they did throw a patent out for that.
That's about time, It's about time. Like there are even some PS3 games that were pre-trophy, like Lair,
Uncharted.
Uncharted 1.
Hmm.
I can't think of any. The Sword of Heavenly Sword or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. I said Sword.
Sword. That's word. Sword.
But yeah.
that like
that's pretty funny.
Pikachu.
Yeah, Pikachu's Sword. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, more.
I just offended somebody.
We need our digital EP to be larger. We need more platinum games.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember like a lot of the pre-trophy games. Like Uncharted's the one that sticks out to me because I remember my dad had to go through his save files and delete them because the original Uncharted, you couldn't go back. Like so he actually had to back up his save file and then delete it and just start over to get the trophies because he was like he had like 60 or like 40 or 50 of the relics or something, but he didn't have any of the trophies for like collect 1 relic or collect 2 relics because they instituted the trophy cache late. So yeah.
Trophies are a mess though.
Yeah.
They are a mess.
I don't like the whole system where like to see trophies you have to like upload them and then go through all this crap and blah blah blah. And, points are so much easier.
So much easier.
Yeah.
Gamer score.
Someone in chat says, "You remember when you were good at games? You had to prove you were good at games." I don't think achievements or trophies prove that you're good at games. Most of them are just time wasters.
Yeah.
Like, did you get all the dog tags? Did you get all the the audio files?
Yeah, like for me, I feel like achievements and trophies they give you a sense of like legitimacy to your purchase. Like, okay, you say we bought a game, we finished, we beat it, and there's technically nothing else left to do in the game. Well, you could go back and complete it 100%.
Right.
Like when I read Tomb Raider, I think I did about, I want to say I played the single player story, and I did 100% everything. I think I got all the achievements. The only achievements left were the multiplayer stuff, and I didn't like it too much. I didn't care for it, so yeah, I went out there with, I want to say 90% of all the achievements in the game.
Now, StarCraft: Heart of the Swarm has achievements, like Blizzard's implemented achievements in all their games, but they have a special set of achievements called Master Achievements, and those achievements, I think, are what he's talking about are like the ones that can prove that you're a good gamer, because they actually make you play the game differently to accomplish them. Like, you played the original StarCraft, right? You remember the missions where you had like a small group of team and you had to like infiltrate something?
Yeah, you had to use those specific units.
Right, in the best way possible. Well, a couple of those achievements are like, you have to get through this level this quick, and you can't do it with those specific units unless you know the right way to do it. So stuff like that, and obviously there's a lot more to it. But more trophies, the better.
True. I do like the trophies where you can unlock certain things in the game if you accomplish achievements.
Yeah.
Like I think FTL had some of those. Like you can only unlock certain ships if you did certain achievements in the game.
Team Fortress 2 is like that. You get weapons and stuff you can unlock by doing certain things, or buy them, or trade for them, or pre-order games. However you get hats. WB Games. This is kind of the reverse story that we normally do.
Oh yeah, like with companies getting shut down.
Yeah, there is a company opening this year. WB Games. It's gonna probably open. They said sometime in summer.
San Francisco.
Yep. And
that's my George Takei voice. San Francisco.
Keep working on it.
Oh my.
That was pretty good. Okay.
Oh my.
Anyway, they're not going to do anything good. They're just going to do mobile games. So, moving on.
Really?
Alright, so the other big news of the week was Blizzard, the company that I owe pretty much all my money to. They announced their next game. It wasn't what anybody thought it was going to be. It is called Heroes of Warcraft Hearthstone, and it is a digital card game. And I have some video, and we will kind of discuss it during the video, because, I can play the DuckTales one again.
On accident?
On accident purpose. So, Blizzard, they do everything. I just talked about Heart of the Swarm forever. Obviously, World of Warcraft. Lame Titan. It is not Titan. They said it is not Titan. They basically said this is a small group, 17 people, and they wanted to do something different, and they want to do something free to play so they can charge us a bunch of money and make us buy packs of cards. So it is. Yeah. It is basically World of Magic. It's full 3D board. You have decks. You have everything like that. You pick character classes. You have emotes that you can talk to the other person with and stuff like that. But otherwise, it is like a full-on card game. You build your decks. You have creatures. You have spells. Each class kind of has its own thing. Honestly, like when I first heard about it, I was a little, like this. All right, this is kind of stupid. But the more I watch of it, I'm just kind of like, this could actually take off. This, with the animations and everything, they make it very visual.
Now, you played Magic before.
Yeah, I used to play Magic a lot. In fact, when we were cleaning the room, I found all my Magic cards.
Nice.
So I've got like some 3,000 Magic cards back there. So I do like card games. And now that I'm older, I don't have like I don't have the money to spend on it anymore. And B, I don't have like that social situation to really play them anymore. Whereas something like this would be cool. And they
play them online,
right? And they say it's free to play. You get the whole starter set and stuff like that. You pick a class, just like World of Warcraft. You can be like a rogue, a mage, whatever. Like I think this is a warlock and a druid, and you play as the big characters in the universe. But they also said that down the line you can unlock decks and stuff like that just from playing. So,
and there is an option to buy stuff.
Yeah, and they haven't set a price yet for the packs, but they did say they're leaning towards like $1 a pack. The other cool thing is you can like create your own cards. I guess not really create your own card, but say there's like one specific card you want. Say you want like the Super Mega Ultra Demon card, or Deathwing. Okay. He was the big bad guy at the last expansion. Say you want the Deathwing card, and you just never get it. You can actually destroy some of your cards to actually make that card.
You like spin the cards like some type of cost or something.
Yeah. Like they say it never breaks out to be like completely neutral, but if there's one specific card you want, you can break down cards and actually craft a card. So that's it looks pretty cool. We'll see how it goes. It's going to be in beta this summer and then coming out soon after. But it's interesting to see them try to do something different. So.
It seems cool. I never played Magic before. I played the Pokemon game, like the video game, but never the card game.
Right. No Yu-Gi-Oh.
No Yu-Gi-Oh or anything like that. It did intrigue me to a certain extent, but maybe with it being free to play, I would definitely at least try it out.
Right, and it's going to be on iOS. They said they didn't say anything about Android, but they didn't say not on Android. So definitely down the line. It'll be cool to check out, and I'm sure they'll make a bunch of money off of it.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right. Well, you posted the discussion topics this week, so you can go first.
Oh my. Well, okay. Classic game remakes that you would like to see, like the DuckTales. That DuckTales game really excited me, and it started.
It excited me too.
It really excited me, man. But these are there any other games that were out back then that you would like to see again? Like me. I'm hoping that they could do like a trilogy of these like duck games, because I really like Quackshot for the Sega Genesis, and I also like the Darkwing Duck game.
Yep.
For the NES, that game I played to death. I was like, I don't know how old I was, but I had to be like 7 or something, I guess. And yeah, I got all the way to the end, and there was the main bad guy in Darkwing Duck was that he was like a rooster with like a steel beak or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't beat him. I'd never beat that game, but I got all the way to the end. I didn't lose all my lives or anything like that, and I would like to beat him.
Yeah.
I would like to beat him. Steelbeak.
Rescue Rangers. That was Nikki's pick as well. And there's a lot of old franchises that they could pull from that today's gamers would know, like Tailspin. There was a Tailspin game.
Blaster Master.
They did do a new Blaster Master.
Wow.
And that one actually was pretty good.
I'm going to check that out.
But yeah, Blaster Master would be I'd like to see them do like a full game. It was like a quick re-release.
Master Blaster, yeah.
It was both. It was Blaster Master overseas.
Oh, really?
Yes, it was.
Nice.
But Master Blaster, yes, as we know. That game was weird.
It was weird. It was like a frog.
Yeah, you're like going to save your frog and stuff like
You
that.
like fall in a hole or something like that.
Yeah, and then turned giant, and you inherited a car with a gun, and
like your toy car became like a tank.
Yep.
Yeah, they need to redo that game so I understand what the hell's going on in it.
If they redo it, I think they should stick to the story as is, because I think that's what made it so good. Like those old games didn't really have.
Was it like the kid's imagination that made everything like that?
I don't know. I never made it to the end of that game.
Yeah, I was like died.
Honestly, I think that was like the first almost Metroidvania type game, because that was one of the first games that you actually had to go back to previous areas to go forward.
Yeah. Are there any other games you like to?
As far as like classic remakes, new Mega Man game.
There was Have you ever heard of Crystalis? It was an RPG I used to play for the NES back when I didn't even know how to read.
Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Yes.
Oh.
Yes, that is a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I've been trying to make soda bombs ever since I played that game. I succeeded once, but it only works if you throw it off of like a 4-story building, and it has to be like a whole case of them. So.
Soda bombs. Get some Mentos.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if there's really. I'd like to see a new F-Zero. I don't know if that's classic enough.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, back in the day, and then like, I mean, these games, they don't have to be like full-blown $60 titles. They could be like an arcade game. I wouldn't mind dropping like $10.
I'd like to see them remake the very first Ninja Turtles game, the like side scroller or top down, the one that switched. That one was hard, but that one was good.
No, they already did a good Simpsons game.
Yeah, they've done some good Simpsons games.
But really, that Duck trilogy, I really want.
Yeah, I think that would probably be the best. You could do it like a Tom and Jerry game. There were some good Tom and Jerry games.
I never played any of those.
They were pretty good.
Comic Zone. I'd like to see Comic Zone again.
That would be cool.
I think they could do something decent with that.
Yeah.
So, I got another topic here to talk about.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this one, so this one's all you.
Okay, I'll hear all the details. Basically, I want to say 2 weeks ago, GameStop in Europe, GameStop slashed the prices for the Wii U by like £100, which equals to about $130 US. And like ever since then, Wii U's prices have been falling in Europe. It's not selling well there at all. And so, like if you go to like message boards, everybody's like pretty much going crazy. Like what's going to happen? Is there going to be a official price drop from Nintendo because the retailers are dropping the price? Will there be, price drop over here? Is it going to be over there? Like, what are they going to do? And like Nintendo even went as far as like announced that they to apologize for the lack of third-party support for the Wii U, and because the next big last week they had Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. That was like the main thing that they're hoping will do well. But other than that game, the only other big title coming out will be the Zelda remake, and that's not until this fall. And people in these like the news stories that I was reading, they were like, it's going to be kind of like a drought.
Yeah, I mean, Nintendo's had this problem before. Like, they had this problem with the 3DS. You'd think they would have learned by now. Like, you got to have the outside support for it, especially Nintendo, because Nintendo makes amazing first-party games, but they don't make them real quick.
Yeah.
Like, even amongst their franchises, I mean, they have Mario, they have Zelda, they have Metroid, but they don't release them real quick. So they need third-party support.
Yeah, they need good third. I mean, there was a little bit of hope in the beginning when there was Tekken for the Wii U, Zombie U, Mass Effect 3,
right,
Arkham City, but I mean, these are games that we said before, these are games that people had already played.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, do you think the Wii U's in trouble? We did make the bold statement at the beginning of the year, that they might go straight to handheld.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean,
This is 4 months into the Wii U's lifespan, and
they can't
already,
sell it.
Yeah, they can't really sell, and they need to slash like a third of the price.
I think they are in big trouble because I mean they're not competing against anything right now.
Yeah.
This was their time to shine.
Yep.
And they are blowing it.
And the PS4 is due at the end of this year, and we don't. Who knows about the Xbox?
Probably near the same.
So,
I would guess.
Yeah, I mean, Wii U might have its number up.
Yeah, I mean.
So if you're thinking about buying a Wii U, you might want to hold off a little bit. I've been telling people that maybe wait just a little bit. Wait till the cards fall. What's up, Kitty?
Yeah, they might have something to worry about. Although they did have the same problem with the 3DS, and the 3DS has since bounced back to become a pretty dominant handheld.
And I remember there being a price drop scare or something with the 3DS as well. Like after they cut the price, things got a little bit better. Maybe they're trying to just hold out for as long as they can before they make that price cut.
Right.
Because over time, it gets cheaper to make the systems and stuff. Like eventually.
Well, and if you don't have any games to sell to make up the margin, that might be bad too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see how the Wii U does. I don't think it looks too good for them right now. Like I still stand by what I said, and I think Wii U will probably be their last console.
I think it will probably be their last console, and I think it should be.
Ooh, going hard.
Yeah, I'm going hard. I'm going hard.
All right. Well.
Oh my.
Oh yeah. Can't use the same phrase. So I'm gonna review God of War Ascension. It is not on the Wii U. It is not on the Xbox. It is not on the PC.
It would be rough if it was on the Wii U. I would think.
Maybe
rough. Wait, no, it has some mature games on there.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah.
I
recant that statement.
It is the prequel to the God of War series. Not the original prequel, but the prequel. Because, yeah, apparently, I looked at the timeline, and it's like God of War Ascension, Chains of Olympus, God of War, something, God of War 2, God of War 3.
Wow.
So, this is the original God of War. This is before he is the God of War, and I'll stop saying God of War.
Okay.
But
you can say Gao.
Gao! Why are all my videos doing that? That's weird. Anyway, now you got a full screen.
Nice.
We all know Kratos, God of War, not the cat sitting next to me.
That's bothering us.
Who keeps hearing us. But he is angry, but you don't really know why in this one. This takes place after he's killed his own family on accident. If anybody doesn't know that, spoiler alert.
Yeah, is that what that commercial is about?
Yeah.
Okay.
You find that out in like the opening cutscene in the first game, the first game.
Okay.
But he's back. Obviously, it looks pretty amazing. This late in the console's life. It looks very good, and it is very fluid. Like the graphics are consistent. There's no tearing. There's no jumping. I know the video might jump a little bit, but that's not indicative of the game. That's indicative of the video. The gameplay mechanics are solid. The combat is God of War, so at this point it is extremely solid. And there are some cool like puzzle solving moments. Like I honestly had to think more in this game than I had to in Tomb Raider. Like at this point, you
like
have
a
to
puzzle.
Yeah, you had to figure out how to get water run into this wheel, and he already did it wrong, just to let you know. But yeah, I mean, some of the puzzle stuff was pretty cool. Like I actually enjoyed it. Combat, I really enjoyed because it's like their sixth game, so they've refined combat down to pretty much a science.
This game really does look good.
Oh, you should see like the actual like game, like the actual fighting.
Like the big monsters and stuff.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty intense. Once you actually get fighting. They added multiplayer, which I actually previewed once before.
What was the multiplayer improved since you played it in the beta?
Oh,
We got a cat up here.
Kratos is attacking us. Yeah, they made a lot of improvements to the multiplayer. Like, they fixed a lot of the class issues. They obviously added a couple of classes. When I say classes, you basically swear to a god. And they fixed a lot of imbalances and stuff like that. So I was pretty impressed with the multiplayer. Single player, I was a little less impressed with the single player. The story really wasn't that good in this one. Like, when I first started playing it, I came out and I said, you know, I don't really know why I'm doing the stuff that I'm doing.
It's like just happening. It feels like it's just happening.
Like, in the main God of War games, you know what you're doing and why. Even though if it's relatively simple, like he just wants revenge, and you're picking off the gods one by one. But it makes sense that you're picking up off how you're doing it. So, did you figure it out? Did you figure it out? No. Well, maybe you actually have to stop it halfway, right like that. So let's see if I can get to the combat. It's a pretty long video. There you go. So, as you see, still Kratos, still beating on stuff. Like I said, as far as the bad stuff goes, the story, didn't really like it all that much because I didn't really know what I was doing.
Did you now? How fluid did this game feel in comparison to Devil May Cry?
I'm glad you asked that. They are two different beasts, and honestly, I think this one, once you get the hang of it, is a little better than Devil May Cry in terms of pure combat. There's a little more strategy involved into it.
It's less of a frenzy type.
Right. Like, this guy's obviously not that good at it. But this isn't me, by the way. I stole this video because I didn't.
I like the reflection in the.
Yeah, I mean, the graphics are amazing for it. Another problem I had with it, though, and these guys actually are one of the problems that I speak about, but the tuning for some of the monsters is a little unfair. Like, they... Oh, fail. Who fails a QuickTime event? Lots of QuickTime events. I guess I should point that out. It's God of War, so there's all kinds of QuickTime events. But the tuning for some of the monsters is a little unfair. Like, these guys, when they go all glowing, there is no way to attack them. Like, you literally just have to dodge.
Until they're done?
Yeah. So, there are other stuff that can, like, freeze you, turn you to stone, stuff like that. And there's actually one point in the game, it's called the Trial of Archimedes, and this part probably took me about 2 hours, and it's a 10-minute section of the game. And it's just badly laid out. Like, basically you have to fight 3 swarms of enemies, but they put, like, all the crap enemies together. Like, they put the 2 that can freeze you with the 2 that shoot lightning that you have to dodge, or it takes, like, a big chunk of your health away. So they'll freeze you and then shoot lightning at you. You're like, okay, well, we'll just, you know, eventually kill them and move on. The problem is you have to kill all 3 of these waves without actually getting any health and without actually getting, like, a continue point. So rather than, like, being balanced and, you know, being fair, it's just frustrating. So, the only problem I had with multiplayer, and I talked to you about it earlier, is they don't really have a matchmaking system in there. They don't really group you with people that are your same level. And in this, it's almost like an RPG. Like, you get gear as you level up.
Yeah.
In multiplayer. And obviously better gear, you do more damage, and you you ruin people who don't have that gear. So, like, one specific match, and this happened multiple times, but one specific match that points out is it was 3-on-3 team deathmatch type style, and they put 2 level 20-somethings on my team and 2 level 20-somethings on the other team, and me as a level 3 and another guy as a level 4. That's not really balanced. Like,
no.
if I'm at the level 4 1-on-1, sure, that's great. As soon as any of the level 20s showed up, they just ruined either one of us. So basically, all I did that match is I avoided people and captured objectives. So, you know.
It's got swimming in it too. Wow.
This one section.
Okay.
And it actually goes a little Mario once this guy figures out where he's going. It actually switches to the side.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool how they they play around with it. And the single player, like I said, does keep it interesting. It's just, story. There really wasn't a whole lot to it. So overall, probably going to give it 7.9 out of 10. It was good. It was fun. It was enjoyable. It's definitely not the best God of War.
Now, do you think? I mean, where do you see the God of War franchise going after? I mean, do you think they're still going to keep spamming these games, or maybe they can move on to something else?
I would like to see them do something like in the middle again. Obviously, they can't go too much before this because he was kind of just crazy serving Ares.
Yeah.
This is about the point where he decides he doesn't want to follow Ares anymore, and you can't go afterwards because everybody's dead.
Mm-hmm.
So, but something in the middle would be cool. Kind of after he kills Ares. I hated that part too. Because you're actually supposed to go in that crack, but for some reason, you had to be just right to get it to... Yeah. See, he finally got it. He still didn't do it. But, yeah, I'm going to say 7.9 out of 10. It was almost worth an 8. Almost an 8.
There's something about it that just didn't...
Yeah, there's just... I don't know. Maybe it's because the cool part of God of War was seeing all the gods and killing all the major gods and stuff, fighting Apollo and messing with Zeus and stuff like that. And in this, you don't really do any of that. You deal with the Fates, which are an important part of Greek mythology, but they're not really that important.
Nah.
They're basically like the jail keepers. So yeah, I don't know, it just didn't have the same luster that it used to.
I would like to see a Soul Reaver game like this.
Yeah, I'd like to see Soul Reaver come back.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
When I was watching that video, it just reminded me they should bring Legacy of Kain stuff back. Yeah, that'd be nice. Do you think they changed writers or something with because didn't the previous God of War games have pretty good stories?
Yeah, but I think the main God of, I've never played any the offshoots, so maybe I should play one of those and see. But the main God of War stories, I think it's kind of like Mass Effect. They had them planned out, so they kind of knew what was going to happen. And like I said, the story for the main God of War games is really, really simple. It's just I'm going to kill all the other gods because they wronged me. The first one starts out, he wants to kill Ares to break his blood oath. Or, stop the blood oath. And he ends up killing Ares and becoming the God of War. So, thus the name God of War. So, and then at the beginning of the second one, he does something, and Zeus doesn't like it, so Zeus strips him of his god powers. And at that point, Kratos is pissed, and he's like, okay, I'm going to
kill Zeus.
And then 2 and 3 are just that path to kill Zeus. So, yeah, we'll see. Next week, Heart of the Swarm review. It's going to be a long one.
A long one?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to review. I wanted to play... I was trying to play that Walking Dead Survival Instinct. Yeah, Survival Instinct.
With Daryl and Merle?
The Dixie Brothers,
yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to play that. I was going to try to rent Judgment, Gears of War.
Oh,
Judgment.
yeah. I still got to play the third Gears of War.
I still have it.
Okay.
I still have it. You'll have to borrow that.
Yeah, BioShock Infinite's this week, so that'll probably be my time.
So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Really.
All right.
We'll see next week.
Yep, we got stuff coming out pretty much every day, thanks to him.
I went on a rendering marathon.
I know.
Over the weekend. You know.
I have a guide coming up for World of Warcraft. Should be done probably tomorrow. I'm gonna probably do the voiceover for it tonight.
Nice.
But otherwise, it's all done. Like the rendering's done, the special effects are done. My production value is through the roof.
Nice.
For this one. But yeah.
Are you gonna stream anything?
I might do some stream later. I might do some Heart of the Swarm. Probably not competitive. Probably just do like some co-op or something. But I'm learning these new units, and they are a lot of fun. I don't want to do the story because I do want to go back to the story and get the achievements for it. Maybe not all the master achievements, 'cause some of those are pretty rough, but just like the regular achievements and stuff like that. Like, you know, some of the missions are like beat this mission under 15
I
minutes.
really suck at getting achievements in real-time strategy games. Yeah, I remember playing Command and Conquer 3, and yeah, I was horrible.
Yeah.
I would try, and it just would not work.
All right, well, guess that'll do it for us this week.
Episode
Bioshock
44.
Infinite tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Episode 44 in the bag.
We're getting up there.
Yes.
Gamers Digest is a Spider One and Mr. Factastic production. All characters and games are owned by their respective companies and are used under the Fair Use Law. Check out Gamers Digest at gamersdigest.me, on YouTube under Gamers Digest Podcast, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter at The Gamers Digest. Viewer questions and comments can always be sent to gamersdigestpodcast@gmail.com. See you next week.